This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We are in the middle of London here to support Michael Watson, who is doing a 1 mile walk for iNeuro, the Brain and Spinal Foundation. I'm joined by heavyweight royalty here.
I don't know about that.
Mr. Francis. Yeah, Michael Watson is doing a 1 mile walk here, and we're here to support him.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a wonderful idea and a wonderful charity that he's actually and he's doing this for, and I'm just here as to support him. I think you're gonna see a few different faces from the fight game, reporters and stuff. So, and I'm looking forward to it. The weather's nice, so yeah, it's good. It's good.
Absolutely, it's great with events like this. Obviously, Michael Watson's name is etched into our boxing history, and you know, yourself, obviously Wayne Alexander's there, Steve Bunce is here. There's going to be a load more people here to support him. It's important to do things like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and I will say this: we're in a very prestigious kind of setting, but Michael, actually, for me, and I think for a lot of people, is boxing royalty anyway. Yeah. You know, we're right next to the Buckingham Palace Gardens and stuff, and yeah, I think it's fitting to come and give our support. Michael wasn't able to walk in the London Marathon. They wouldn't let him walk in the London Marathon, so this is Michael's walk. This is Michael's marathon.
Correct.
So we're here to support and help and do the same walk for him. And you know, if it sheds light on the very important work that's gone into help people with spinal and when they have these kind of difficult situations, then I'm all for it and all for giving my support and help.
Absolutely. So we are just waiting for Michael now before we're going to go with him, obviously, on this 1 mile walk. But excuse me, how are you?
I'm good.
How's life?
I can't complain. If you do complain, no one listens anyway.
Correct.
So yeah, no, I'm good. Just out there doing bits and pieces. I'm working with some guys, which we're trying to get things working with young people, working in different settings. That's kind of like where I kind of like to work and give my time to young people to help them progress and see that there is a better thing than just being out there on the streets, knife crimes and stuff like this. That's kind of like the things that I've been doing, and hopefully it makes a difference. You know, some people will listen to me and maybe say, well, okay, he did that and changed his life. Maybe I can do it. You know, and that's kind of like my goal. You know, I kind of focus on just giving my time, energies, and hopefully people can look at me and say, well, you know, he's turned his life around, so maybe I can do it for myself. You know?
Inspiring people, and that is the goal. Like I said, people can see whether it's your situation or whoever's situation and get something, 10% out of it, then it's winning. 10%
is more than nothing.
Yeah.
You know, if you go 10% more than what you did the day before, then you're winning. You know, and that's, you know, definitely that's what you aspire to, and that's a goal. You know?
Have you been keeping tabs on the heavyweight boxing at the moment, or not really? Or what?
I look at it, and sometimes I get disheartened and despair sometimes at what's going on. But look, I'm a fan of the two fighters that I believe are the guys at the very top right now, which is Usyk and Daniel Dubois. I kind of, you know, Joseph Parker made a statement with his win against Martin Bakole, sorry. But I don't think, for me, that wasn't worthy of him jumping straight in with Usyk. And I did say this. I think Dubois needs to have his shot again, because I do believe that he'd beat Usyk this time around, because he's learned. I think he's learned a lot since the loss against Usyk, and then the win against Anthony Joshua. You know, he's learned a lot. Things I see, and maybe that not he could improve on, but he could work and enhance in his going forward. Like, I'd like to see him become a bit more of an inside fighter. But as far as the heavyweight overall picture is concerned, I can't really see. I can't remember the guy's name. I think the guy is Polish. I think he's a Polish fighter. I think he's a Polish fighter. Very good puncher I saw recently, but he's not quite made the mark into the top 10. But I think he's very good.
Are you talking about Ajit Caballel?
Caballel, that's the guy. Yes. Is he in the top 10?
He is in the top 10 of a lot of the governing bodies. Yeah. He's had quite a few notable wins.
Yeah, and I like.
He beat Zhang in his last fight, Julius Zhang.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's knocking on the door. Outside of what you'd say the top 5 or 6 are,
okay.
He's willing of a shot at some point.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy that I am definitely impressed with. A good puncher, moves well, got very good hands, fast hands. He's quite a big set, thick set guy, you know. Yeah. Good hands. I like the look of him.
Yeah.
You know, he's one that's kind of, he did impress me. But apart from that, I think right now all I can see, especially with some of the I'd say British and European heavyweights, I think they need to have a mix up, get them all fighting each other as quick as possible, and then just get to see who's going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, and that's it. And then let's get them on for the Undisputeds. You know, it's kind of sometimes with this boxing game, it's kind of like they're going around in circles. Just, it seems to me, kind of splitting up the pots in between each other and getting on each other's phones and saying, "Come on, let's do this." And let's get serious about the game.
Do you think Dubois can beat Usyk this time round? And I do agree with you. This is a completely different situation to when they fought a couple of years ago. There was a lot of controversy over that fight, and also Dubois' best form has come in the last 18 months. It's going to be a new problem for Usyk. Whether he's good enough to beat Usyk, that's yet to be seen, but can he do it?
I think, me personally, looking at Dubois, the way he's handled the last couple of situations and the way he seems to have come out of his shell, I have been very impressed with him. I like what he's doing. As I said, I think if he becomes more of a or learns to become an inside fighter, because he's so strong, so physically strong, and he can bully and push people around. As soon as he starts dropping his hand, well, not dropping his hands, but bringing his hands down to throw body shots, then he'll become that danger. And I think if he were to fight, if he does get the fight with Usyk again, I do believe he'd beat him. I do really believe he'd beat him.
That fight is imminent to be announced, meant to be on the 12th of July at Wembley. We'll see, but an announcement for that is pending in the next few days, so we should wait and see.
I don't know about. I wouldn't say, or even if its announcement is pending, because you know there's ups and downs. You know how this game goes.
Just to my knowledge, it's close to being announced.
They throw spanners in the works and whatever, you know. So, but yeah, if you're kind of more closer to the action than I am, so it seems.
We'll wait and see.
And I'm now an outside spectator. You know,
we all are. To be fair, we all are. Last one. You sick of people bringing up your moment, or not yet? People still keep talking about it until whenever. But.
Yeah. I don't think it was my moment. I think it's
not your moment. I said that moment.
Yeah, it has become that kind of a thing that I get to hear about every weekend. You know, someone obviously will bring that situation up. But like I say, and even at the time when it happened, it was not a thing that I would have ever said for myself that I wanted. I hope that people all around the world, you know, not just here in England and whatever, but actually understand and realise that, you know, like I say, I work on the doors. I work doors and nightclubs and stuff like this, and that's how this situation happened. But just to understand that the guys that they see on the doors and stuff are people. They have lives. They have, and whether Joe Public understands it or not, they go to work just to earn a little bit of money, to go home to their families, and then in situations like what happened there, you never know who you're going to meet on the door. Regardless, that guy there might look old, and he might look fat, or he might look skinny, or whatever. You know, you don't know his story, you don't know his life, you don't know what's going through his mind at even at that precise moment. So just be nice to people, you know what I mean? It's just be nice, have respect.
Cost nothing, cost nothing.
You know, manners cost nothing, that's right, manners cost nothing. So, yeah, and I understand people, they talk about that situation kind of endlessly, that viral moment, which actually for me was actually quite scary. Going viral was a whole new experience in my life. I've had to learn to live with it. I've had to learn to embrace it and understand it. And it's also, in some ways, it's actually done a lot of good for me, you know, because it brought my name back into the public eye, and then people went, oh yeah, I remember that guy, and understand that, you know, we might fade away into the background, but we're not gone until we are gone.
We're still there. Do you know what? Just the last one on that. And I'm not endorsing anything or whatever. That was a moment that happened. But what I'm glad about it, because I know you, Julius, and I'm glad that there was complete context to how that led from the video, because if that video was 10 seconds long and they just see that moment, it's completely different.
Yes.
But the fact that the video actually had a minute of what was really going on and how much your buttons were being pushed and all that security were being pushed in that moment gave it context rather than just, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think, and this is the thing that seems to, when things get, and people get caught up in those kind of situations, people draw out their, which is, it's, you know, they've got every right to do, but they draw out their mobile phones, start taking pictures, videos and stuff of the incident at that precise moment, but they don't have context about what happened 2 minutes before, 1 minute before, 30 seconds before, you know. So it's kind of, and I'm glad that we had, even in that situation, there was CCTV from inside the venue, then CCTV outside the venue. So it was good for me. It showed context. Yeah.
Absolutely. I recognise this guy, yeah?
Oh, the big fella.
Big Del.
Hey, Big Del.
Get him over here.